In this video, we are going to go over a mech designed to perform recon, but packs a punch while doing it. Today, we are going to go over the real scout of choice for the Lyran Commonwealth's armed forces, the Commando. A light mech weighing in at 25 tons, this Battlemech was designed with the idea of competing with and surpassing the Wasp and Stinger in the light recon space. Designed by Coventry Defense in 2463 in the final days of independence for the Protectorate of Dongal, the mech would rapidly fall into service with the entirety of the Lyran Commonwealth after the Protectorate would become a part of it. This unit would never actually find itself in the Star League's service. Throughout the centuries, it was active during the same time period. And this was due to how Steiner doing its best to delay or obfuscate transitioning or selling the design to the higher political body at the time. This result means most of the other houses and outside organizations have very limited access to the Commando or its derivatives, largely due to manufacturing and sale being locked down in this one era, both before and after the fall of the Star League. Its popularity with pilots and with the armed forces of the Lyrans as a whole cannot be understated. This noble war machine would see itself battle across the stars from the time of the Star League to the invasion of the clans, and to the bitter battles of survival Steiner now wages in the Ill Clan era. The role of the Commando is that of a recon mech, the one that has real offensive capabilities, and this can be seen from its primary production model throughout the Star League until the end of the Succession Wars, that being the COM-2D. This model will be outfitted with an OMI 150 standard engine, which weighs in at 5.5 tons and confers the Commando a top speed of 97.2 km per hour, or 9 movement points in the tabletop game. In terms of its offensive package, the Commando comes equipped with a B3M medium laser, as well as a total of 10 SRM tubes, in the form of a 4-tube SRM launcher, and a 6-tube SRM launcher. This overall gives it an incredible striking power at only 25 tons. Finally, the armor of the COM-2D supports a total of 64 points, or 4 tons, which is certainly respectable at the 25-ton weight class. Commando lacks the jump abilities of the Stinger or the Wasp, who it was designed to compete with, but its raw firepower makes it capable of outshooting both of its competitors at the same time. The Commando, much like its counterparts over the centuries, has had an array of modifications and variants. For the COM series, it starts with its origin, with the original unit coming with a large laser installed in it, though further and more elaborate and technologically superior configurations would appear with the passage of time and eras as well. To start with, the COM-1B is a redesign from 3015, attempting to arm the Commando with its original production run, arming it once more with a large laser as well as an SRM, and retaining the medium laser. To make all of this work, the original SRM-6 had to be removed, along with downgrading the SRM-4 to an SRM-2. Overall, the design is considered poor and eventually saw itself phased out by the Lyran Commonwealth over time. While it did increase the long-range fire of the unit, it simply didn't yield the results the LCAF was looking for. During the clan invasion, the first Commando to be outfitted officially with Star League technology ever was the COM-5S. The SRM-6 would be upgraded to possess an Artemis fire control system, and it exchanges out its SRM-4 for twin SRM-2 streaks. The chassis was upgraded to have endo steel, and armor was upgraded to have ferro fibrous. Finally, a case was added to the ammunition in order to increase its survivability. This version was really a modernized version of the COM-2D in most respects, adding better features to the systems that were already in place in an attempt to increase its effectiveness of the Commando, though truthfully it little differed from its 3025 counterpart in many respects, with only small quality of life features really being added, the most important truthfully being the case. The most modernized version of the Commando currently in service, to my knowledge, is the COM-9S. This utilizes endo steel once more, but also has an XL engine and increases its maximum speed to 110 km per hour, or 11 movement points in game. It possesses two MML-3 racks, allowing it to fire SRMs or LRMs, and also possesses a light PPC instead of a medium laser. In addition, it has 2 one-shot SRM-2 launchers. Overall, this is a substantial upgrade in performance in many ways, offering the Commando some ability to fight at long range, as well as increasing its energy punching power, while also increasing its movement speed by an in-game factor of 2. While the 5S appears to be a small upgrade, the 9S is a major rework of the Commando while retaining most of its original features. The Commando's strength comes from its hitting power, especially at lightweight ranges. Most other machines from the Inner Sphere, whether it be the Succession Wars or beyond, just don't hit as hard as this machine does. The fact that the COM line also has solid movement for its size, giving it an additional asset as both a defensive and offensive enhancement to the design, is superb. As a follow-up to these points, the Commando can land knockout blows on damaged targets in an exceptional way with its abundance of SRMs, even heavies or assaults, as missiles seeking criticals hit on targets with exposed armor. The primary weakness of the Commando is that though it is proportionately armored for its weight, its overall armor protection is still very poor. And though its speed is decent, it's not incredible, and its lack of jump jets means its ability to maneuver is limited by terrain features around it. These issues together can lead to a rapid degradation of the Commando by enemy fire should it be hindered by these realities. While it may punch hard, it has a glass jaw. Commando is a heavily armed scout, more so than stablemates, especially in the Succession War era. It is a 25-ton mech, which is more armed than medium mechs in the 40-ton range, and still maintains its speed as well. Though it is not a perfect design, it is a solid recon mech, and if battles emerge, it can play a vital role in disabling or destroying enemy targets with its exceptional firepower. The Commando is the true Steiner Scout Mech. Thank you for joining me here today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. With that, I will catch you all in the comments section below.